Now, Parable Dance is on a mission. They want to provide a space for creativity, individuality and opportunity for people with disabilities through dance. Natasha Britton is Parable Dance's co-founder and artistic director, and I'm absolutely delighted to say that she joins me now. Natasha, how did Parable Dance come about?
Hello. My colleague, my co-founder, Erica, and I decided to set up Parable back in 2019. We have both been teaching inclusive dance for a number of years and wanted to bring inclusive dances to the southeast and specifically to Brighton. So we've managed to form a partnership with Carousel Arts and Southeast Dance to set up classes. Obviously, once the pandemic is over, which has been rather unfortunate timing for setting up a new business. But yes, sorry.
No, that's good. That was going to take me straight into that question actually about how has it been over the last year? How have you been able to do stuff?
It's been difficult. I mean, the arts have struggled massively this year for everyone. We had a lot of work cancelled. We had lots of in-person classes for groups such as MenCap organisations and in schools and youth organisations, and lots of mentoring for other dance teachers, and all of that obviously was cancelled. And so we had to kind of look to diversify and to kind of almost make the most of the pandemic and make the most of the fact that everyone was at home and we could kind of connect people's voices. So we decided to get artists from all over the UK together to make a film about inclusive dance and about inclusive dance teaching and kind of how to get involved and top tips. And that was, that's been our focus for pretty much the past year.
And it's a stunning film. It's a brilliant film, and I hope, on one hand, it challenges lots of people's preconceptions about things. It's also a beautiful piece of work. Were people given a brief, or was it a total off you go, do it?
It was kind of a bit of both, to be honest. So there's 42 different dance artists who feature in the film who are from a number of different organisations and also freelance around the UK. And we gave them 5 questions, but they were all quite open questions about their practice. So things like top tips for teaching in the classroom, how we ensure that people aren't excluded, looking at what advice you might give someone who's just starting out in inclusive dance. So they had those kind of clear focus points to talk about, and they sent us their material, and we were quite kind of strict with, backdrops and how people film themselves so that we could have some continuity. And then we just kind of waited to see what rolled in. And there was obviously, with that many artists, quite a bit of repetition. But then it was sort of unpicking what we wanted to cover and what we wanted to say. And then in addition to that, we had 8 dance performers in the film so that we could kind of break up the speaking and kind of bring it to life a little bit more. So dancers with varying physicalities who kind of appear throughout.
And so one of your key aims is to make sure that wherever possible you can offer paid opportunities to dancers with disabilities. Could you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's obviously a basic human right to have employment and have opportunity, especially poignant at the moment during the pandemic with people getting together for things like We Shall Not Be Removed. If you don't know about that, then look it up. It's basically a movement that's all about ensuring sustainability of inclusive arts, both now and beyond the pandemic. But basically, just to kind of have access to those opportunities for professionals, and also to create those opportunities where we can inspire the younger generation to see what can be achieved by somebody with a disability. So it's very important to our work. And
you're saying that this the experiences that we've been going through over the past months have really brought the inclusive dance community together. Why do you think that's not happened before?
I think we're all so busy in our own kind of silos, doing our own projects, and the arts are always underfunded and everybody's always overworked, and everyone gets their heads down and works hard on the many projects that they're doing. And I think this has made us kind of look up and catch our breath a little bit, I think. And everyone's kind of connected in a very different way this past year. So I think kind of through that, being able to connect across Zoom and other platforms and reaching across not just the UK but around the world, it started conversations that perhaps might not have happened before. And I know, certainly for us, this film wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this current situation. And we're really grateful that we were able to kind of use it in a positive way to bring people together and kind of create a community voice for inclusive practice.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful way that you phrased it, this thing about looking up, to look up and take a breath and take a moment. I think that's a great way to phrase it. We've been talking a lot on this programme over recent weeks, months, maybe even a year, about how difficult a time that arts practitioners have been having, about how freelancers many of them have fallen between the cracks. Has that had implications for you within inclusive dance? How were you going to come back from things?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ourselves and many of our friends in the arts have lost work and have fallen through the cracks, as you say, and it's been an extremely challenging time. I think I have huge admiration for so many of my friends and colleagues who have been very resilient and found ways around, reinvented themselves and reinvented what they offer, turning their delivery to online, for example. So there's been a definite kind of resilience about making sure we survive, and not just survive, but actually thrive and learn from what we've gone through, so that when we come out the other side, everyone's got kind of extra strings to their bow to be able to offer.
Yes, exactly. Let's not waste the experience, or waste this thing, the time that we've had to reflect and think. So, absolutely. What next? What's coming next?
So lots next, and we've just so the film, I should mention, was funded very kindly by Arts Council England. We've just also received some funding from the Chalkcliffe Trust, which we're really grateful for, and that starts us off on a new project which is supporting emerging inclusive dance artists. So basically anyone who might have just graduated from a dance course and wants to work inclusively and have some opportunities through that, or it could be a dancer who has disabilities and they want some support with getting started and getting to know organisations and kind of finding their place. So that work will kind of centre around those people, and that will be nationwide, because obviously we've discovered it can be, and it can be done over online. So that's kind of one aspect of what we're doing. And then obviously once things open up a little bit more, we'll be able to explore that partnership with Carousel and South East Dance to set up weekly classes in Brighton for people with disabilities, both youth and adults.
Amazing stuff. How exciting as well to be able to start to think about those times actually where we'll be able to get together and actually do these things in person, no matter how incredible and enabling the virtual things have been. Actually being able to do this in the same space as other people.
I know, to actually dance in a studio with other people will be incredible. We did actually, between lockdowns, we had a COVID-safe filming day with a couple of our dancers, and it was just amazing to be back in a space with people. So yeah, we can't wait for that.
And Natasha, if this has whet somebody's appetite that they want to see the film and perhaps discover more about inclusive dance, where do you recommend they should go?
So the film is on our YouTube channel. So if you go onto YouTube and search Parable Dance, you'll find the film. The film's called Inclusive Practice is Good Practice. And I would recommend watching it. So, obviously it focuses on emerging dance artists and kind of new graduates, but actually anyone who works in dance, it has lots of valuable content for making sure that you're really accessible in your sessions. And then if you want to find out more about us, if you follow us on social media or have a look at our website, and there's ways to support us through our website as well if you're interested in supporting our work.
Amazing stuff. Natasha, I have to say huge congratulations to you and to your co-founder for getting Parable Dance up and running and going, and keeping going through. It must have seemed like an incredible challenge at some stage to go, the world has changed considerably. What are we going to do next?
Yeah, it hasn't been without its difficulties, but it's been a really amazing learning experience for us. And also just, having this time to really connect with the community as we're in that kind of launch phase. So it's going well, and we're really excited for the future. But we could always do with more support. So absolutely do get in touch if you feel we can help us.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much. That is Natasha Britton, Parable Dance's co-founder and artistic director. And like Natasha was saying, if you want to find out more about their work and what they're doing, the whys and the wherefores, and support them, you can go to their website. It's parabledance.co.uk. So parabledance.co.uk, all as one word there. And the video, which I really, really encourage you to go and take a look at, just pop over to YouTube and look for Inclusive Practice is Good Practice, or just search for the Parable Dance YouTube channel there, and you'll find the video to take a look at.